Welcome everybody back to Norstead Point. This is session 9. In session 8, last session began with the party moving the merfolk priestess Ashta to the distant cave in town, which contained a spring. Maeve summons and commands Amaro to protect her, and this astounds Ashta. Leaving her there with Amaro to guard her, you all descended to the Veiled City to investigate it further. As you all enter the water in the bay area, Balog notices immediately that you're all being watched. He just sort of senses it. And returning to your previous entry point, you made use of Fergus's trident to pass through the veil of terrain to the city below. Maeve notices natural wildlife able to pass through the barrier without use of the trident, which surprises the party, and testing this further, she swims through it without the trident, passing through the stone as if it weren't there. However, when she emerges through on the other side, she finds a group of the pale creatures lurking about. Mutually surprised, Maeve and the creatures take in one another for a moment before Maeve attempts to dart back beneath the seabed and finds herself unable to do so. 3 of the creatures dart through the water upon Maeve, rapidly entangling her with their tentacular limbs. She's able to wound one and pry herself free of the other when Fergus suddenly emerges from the ground and drives his trident through the creature grouping Maeve, driving the 3 of them back beneath the veil into the room below. Deciding to capture another for more information, Balog returns to the surface and is set upon by 2 of the creatures. Balog shoves one off, and as Fergus swims up from beneath him, the ground suddenly gives way beneath his feet, and Balog and the creature plummet into the building below, free-falling due to the water being repelled from around him. Thinking quickly, Fergus fires his harpoon at Balog, holding the rope and swimming against the fall to slow it. The session ended as you all begin to question your new captive. So everyone is currently here.
So Balog's going to get off of the Pale Invader.
So just for starters, I just want everyone to know, go ahead and treat this Pale Invader the way that you would have. Like if this wasn't a new player.
He's going to pull out his great axe and he's going to swing. And I'm just kidding. He's going to hold it up against the creature's neck, and he's going to say, "Sosako palu su bis infernal."
The Pale Invader just writhes against you, now realizing it is unable to swim away quickly, and surrounded by Maeve and Fergus, who are sort of swimming above.
Maeve and Fergus.
Fergus will kind of swim down a little bit, just outside the bubble. Let's see, what's he gonna do? I think he's just gonna level his trident and be ready, in case this thing attacks or tries to escape.
Okay. Maeve?
I guess just swimming down a little closer and just studying what it looks like, what its demeanor is like right now. What is it? How does it look right now?
This Pale Invader over here is currently fine. Balog just sort of appeared through the surface, grabbed it, pushed off another, and then sort of dipped back through. Now, meanwhile, the body of the Pale Invader that had been pierced by Fergus's trident sort of slowly drifts through the water here, bleeding a blackish blue blood into the water. At this time, so, everybody can see this here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, David, it awakens to silence, not the comforting hum of the deep chorus, not the endless current of thought, memory, and purpose that once tethered it to the whole. No visions from the vast, undulating mind of the Great One. No whispered directives woven through the tides of its being. Only silence. For the first time, it exists. And it exists alone. It is distinct, unassimilated. A tremor runs through its body, a feeling that suddenly feels heavier, restrained by its own flesh. Before, it had never needed to move itself. The will of the whole guided it. Now, no command comes. No voice instructs its purpose. The absence is a wound, deeper than flesh, deeper than mind. It tries to reach out, to call upon the vast consciousness that once enveloped it, but the abyss answers with nothing. No tendrils of thought, no presence of kin. The connection is severed. A flood of something unfamiliar rises in its mind. Disorientation. It was not meant to feel such things alone. The whole carried burdens, distributed thought, and dissolved such weakness in the tide of a million voices. Now, the weight is unbearable. It opens its eyes. Darkness. The world outside is sluggish and alien. It recognizes its form in the water's reflection, an extension of the Great One, but wrong, smaller, lesser. As your eyes begin to adjust, you awaken to consciousness, and you find yourself adrift in the astral sea. Your will begins to form, reinforced by activity like a lamb first using its legs. As this occurs, the world around you begins to take shape, and you find this world replaced, like awakening from a dream, by the physical plane. So while the group is questioning this pale invader, no one, an isolated unit, is going to weakly re-emerge to consciousness. Wounded and dropping down. Here. Okay. So no one, you intuitively know how to use your body. Your brain has matured already. The connections are there, but you're still learning how it works. You've suddenly been dropped into a Gundam that you intuitively know how to use. However, you have no understanding of the world around you whatsoever. You find yourself in this vividly colorful place, which your eyes have a tough time making out, weak as they are. But yeah, anyways, you are sort of dropping here. Maeve, Fergus, and Baylog, 3 of you have this other Pale Invader that Baylog has captured here. And I believe Baylog had just asked it something.
He asked in his native language, "Do you speak the infernal tongue?"
Okay, yeah. It is not going to speak that. David, was there anything you had wanted to say?
I am dealing with incredible pain right now, and I'm trying to orient my body to figure out why everything hurts. So, but I am paying attention to the 3 in the middle while I try and do something to make the pain stop. So.
Okay. Your organs are going to sort of vibrantly shimmer as electric currents sort of pulse within you, your nerves going crazy from the wound that the trident created as it impaled your waist. You are not going to be able to make the pain go away. Unfortunately, you are quite severely wounded. However, you will sort of slowly begin to orient yourself as you attempt to do so, right? Meanwhile, Fergus, Maeve, and Baylog, this Pale Invader here does not respond to you, Baylog. But what it is going to do, as you're sort of holding it here, is I'm going to need you to make a wisdom save.
Uh-oh.
Fairies are good at wisdom, right?
I'm making a wisdom, right?
Yes, sir, because it is like currently wrapped around your shoulder. And Fergus and Maeve, the 2 of you are going to see as it is sort of like raising a hand and shimmering, right? These sort of vibrant, iridescent colors that move up its legs into its torso, illuminating its organs.
Oh, that's gonna be a bad one.
Ooh,
7.
okay, so you are going to take 6 psychic damage. Okay.
Does it look like this Pale Invader just attacked Baylog from all external?
So yeah, I'll say that what you guys see is this thing sort of raises its long, like, tendrily hand, right, over Baylog's face, and Baylog's head is going to sort of, like, tilt back, and you guys see his eyes kind of roll back, and he grunts in pain. As Baylog, you're suddenly racked by a migraine. So yeah, I would say it's pretty clear.
Okay, so sorry. Seeing that, Fergus will take his trident and try and use it to, like, pin the arm down that just raised to hurt Baylog. And once he's got it, do I need to do some roll to see if I can pin it down?
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics check if you're trying to kind of grapple it as well. Ooh, that is pretty damn good. Let's see. Oh, yep, okay. So yes, you were successful in doing so.
Okay, so he pins the arm down with the trident, and using Emissary of the Sea, he's going to say, "Who are you?"
Interesting. Okay. So this thing, I want to paint a picture here, right? So Baylog has sort of just jerked back. This thing is sort of wrapped around his shoulder. And Fergus, as you ask that, it sort of twists its torso up to face you in surprise. And its light patterns sort of shimmer throughout its organs. And you recognize that it speaks to you in Abyssal. And it shimmers for you the words, "This one speaks."
I sign back. You speak the language?
The Pale Invader pauses.
He will repeat in Abyssal. Who are you?
Ooh. Let me think about this. Okay. Fergus. As you say this, this creature is going to raise a hand towards you and spray an inky blackness from its wrist. Can you make me a dexterity save?
Shit!
As
Yes.
a jet of ink.
Dex save. 24.
Whew, okay. Okay. So Fergus, as you sort of dodge to the side, and Maeve, this is directed at Fergus, right? So you don't have to dodge, but I will say this occurs right beside you. This cloud of ink is just going to sort of like plume into the water here. And Fergus, as this occurs, the Pale Invader is going to once again twist towards you, and it's going to sign that the message must be delivered.
Can I do, like, is there any way I can check if what it sprayed is poisonous?
If what it sprayed is poisonous. So you
Guess
would.
without getting hurt.
How would you like to do this? Yeah, could you give me an idea?
I don't know, maybe just put my hand in the cloud a little bit, not too much, but maybe just enough to see if there's any kind of reaction or what it does.
Maeve, as you begin to do this, you immediately feel the beginnings of disorientation.
Oh, okay.
As soon as it
Okay,
begins to touch you.
Okay, as soon as I feel that, I'm going to just rip my hand away, just knowing that.
Okay.
That just from that touch alone. Yeah, just from that touch
After
alone.
a moment, you sort of remember where you are.
Okay.
Do I see this affect Maeve at all?
Yes, the Pale Invader, Balog, these like tentacles are like writhing over like your fucking face and horns, right? As this thing is sort of latched about onto your arm.
Yeah. I'm going to try my best to throw it off of me.
Okay, make me an athletics check. So you're essentially pushing it. That's
Yeah.
pretty good. Oh, that's pretty good. Okay, so how do you want to throw this thing off of you?
Away from the other two party members.
Okay. So as you throw it off of you, Balog, you're able to hurl it. It sort of bounces off the ground here and sort of skitters over near the edge of your bubble. And upon reaching the edge of it, it's going to sort of like slither upright and slide back into the water here. A moment passes as you all sort of gaze upon one another, and the plume eventually dissipates.
Is no one able to see what just happened?
Everyone can see it.
Okay.
I would say even you have like an awareness of it, though you're still quite wounded. You would have oriented yourself by now.
Okay, so Fergus will say, You said you need to deliver a message? That's what you said? The message must be delivered?
And it sort of shimmers forward, and it kind of swims up a little too close for comfort.
Yeah, Ferris levels the trident and keeps that 6-foot distance, or however long a trident is.
Okay. Okay.
Keeps it at a far distance.
So you keep it up, and once again, you are going to see it sort of raise its long hand towards you, Fergus.
Attack.
You're gonna attack it? Okay.
Yeah, he tried to spray me with an ooze.
Go ahead and roll it.
This is okay. What am I doing? Okay, this time I will.
I think you had wounded this one, Baylog.
Okay, I will try to throw out my net and like bundle him in my net.
Ooh.
Just to keep him from fucking spraying us with any shit anymore.
The fucking net, okay. I think
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
the
I'll try
first
that.
time we're seeing this. Go ahead and throw that net.
Here we go. Oh,
Oh,
25.
Wow. Holy shit. Okay.
Holy shit.
Creature must use action. Oh wow, holy shit. So it's just instantly restrained for the rest of the turn, I guess.
Tiny net.
Okay. Nicely done.
And then again. He's gonna use his trident to like push him down against the ground so that he is between the ground and the trident, and again say in Abyssal, "Who are you?"
I would like to whisper into the Pale Invader's mind.
Mm-hmm.
And just, go, we are in danger. As a question.
Interesting. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Quick question. Am I able to tell if, even if I can't speak the language, is there any way I'd be able to tell if it's lying?
You can roll an insight check to try.
Okay.
I would say with your skills, you could make an attempt.
Mad skills, okay.
You could deduce. Okay, so Fergus is asking, who are you? You are asking whether you are in danger. Two things are going to happen. Let me see. So two things are going to happen. First off, the Pale Invader is confused by your query. It doesn't make sense that the directive is not clear. For Fergus, you are going to once again sort of see as its fingertips sort of poke through the holes in the net, and there's little gaps on the end of the fingertips that begin to sort of widen. Can you make me another dexterity save?
Ooh, this fucker. Okay. 25.
Ooh, that's really fucking good.
It's just like his one thing he's really good at.
Oh my god. Okay, so Fergus, another large plume is going to spill out into the water.
As he dodges, he says, "You won't answer my questions and he keeps on attacking. What do you want to do?" To his party members.
Baylog looks at you, Fergus, and looks back at the creature, and he pulls his axe out, or raises his axe, and begins walking forward.
this pale invader, Fergus, is going to sign just flatly, you must accept.
You must accept.
You must accept.
What the fuck? He signs. Why? He's got about 3 seconds before his head comes off from Baylog, so he better hurry the fuck up.
Oh, why? Let me think of a good response to this.
While this is happening, I'm still messaging the Pale Invader, and I'm asking, we need help.
Okay. Fergus. The path the response you get from this thing is that the path must be opened and the individual must become one.
So cryptic. What is it?
The path must be opened and the individual must become one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That tells. Okay.
For no one, you are essentially trying to get help from this thing, right? As you're reaching out to this thing, let me think about this. You continue to feel no directive. There is no guidance telling you what to do. And as let me think about this. So you've asked it like to call for help, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say that while it can respond to you, like as what it is, you feel no knowledge that anything else is coming to help you. You are completely limited to your own subjective experience, and this thing tells you, essentially in response, we are here.
Okay.
However, you don't feel anything.
I'm going to change my mental connection, so no one will connect with Baylog. And Baylog, you just see colors kind of flashing across your vision. And you feel like something's asking you for help.
Did we all see the other pale invader? No one. Did we all see
No one's looking at
them? Well, did we all see the body fall?
Yeah, all of you, when they had first come in, so what had happened was Fergus first came up and essentially impaled the one that was wrapped around you, Maeve. And then, yeah, it just began to bleed out and just fall into the water, seemingly dead.
Can I do a perception check to see if
Sure.
look for the body?
Sure. I would say a perception check just to notice,
Notice.
that this body is no longer in place. A 14's not bad. I would say it might occur to you, sort of offhandedly, that you don't see the body where it was anymore, but I would say you are not yet aware of no one's presence.
Okay. But I know the body's gone.
Correct.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. So what would you like to do? Baylog is approaching this pale invader with the axe. Fergus, it is telling you that a connection must be made and that the individual must become one in order for the path to be opened.
I will say, so Fergus is not really making a decision on this because what he's saying sounds like gibberish. It doesn't make any sense because he doesn't have context for it, but he is repeating it in common for his party members, so they know what this thing is saying.
Mm-hmm.
So they're up to speed as well.
Okay, yeah.
Um,
So for the sake of brevity, we'll just
yeah.
assume that.
Um, this means nothing to me. Why should I help someone who keeps attacking us?
Let me think about this. This Pale Invader is going to respond that it is your obligation.
Mm. It's funny. That's what they used to say to me back home. Mm. Can I do an insight check to see if this thing is being deceptive? If it's
Sure.
just trying to stay alive?
Sure, yeah.
Oh. That one.
Not one.
Whoa.
All right. Yeah,
Fergus,
so
I will say that as far as you can tell, you don't get the sense that it's being deceptive. You don't get a very good read on it at all. It's sort of regarding you in very flat terms.
okay. Yeah. I don't have anything else for it.
I want to reach out to Maeve. Maeve, you just see flashing colors in your vision and a sense of something needing help.
Does Bela get that or just Maeve?
Balog got that earlier, yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
When you say something needing help, can you kind of give me an idea or a direction of like what that entails?
I am giving them instructions to help me.
Oh, I see.
But I'm just communicating one by one to them, saying I need help.
Okay. So Baylog, you have received this. Maeve, you are now also receiving this. So with those instructions, no one are you alerting them to your presence as well?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So with this Baylog and Maeve, the two of you would become aware of no one who is severely wounded over here. I'll say you're at 1 HP. And both of you receive a message that this thing needs help. Okay. Fergus, are you muted by chance?
Oh. Yes, sorry.
No sweat. What's up?
Did you ask me a question?
Oh no, I just saw you highlighting your character, or I saw the.
Oh,
Pings.
no, he was just scooching towards the other one. That's all.
Okay, no problem.
Because he doesn't know this one's here yet, so he's just focusing on this guy.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah,
a few more seconds go by. This thing has told you you are obligated to accept the path opening.
Says who?
Let me think. So, let me think.
Okay.
This thing is not really a good medium for communication, and that's kind of what I'm trying to convey.
Got it. So frustrated with uh with like not understanding like this thing is attacking, but then it's also saying I'm obligated to do these things. He's just gonna like go off a little bit, and I'd say Maeve, you recognize this as him like getting a little frustrated and flustered like he used to do when y'all were kids. And he's like, so you come here, you attack us, you attack Maeve, first of all, you don't even try talking to us, then you come down here and you tell us that we have to open this path and help you, but you keep attacking us. This doesn't make any sense, and I don't know why we should be helping you at all. And he's just like kind of going off and like ranting a little bit.
Baylog,
Yeah.
can you make me a dexterity save?
Sec.
And Fergus, I assume you're just like angry signing this.
Yeah, basically. Just
Bunch of
lots
little
of like
bubbles.
harsh hand gestures going on.
You're in a
Okay.
cloud of all these tiny bubbles.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got that 20 a dexterity
Ooh,
save.
god damn. Okay, so Baylog, this time with the water not being like around you guys as you sort of approach this thing, once again this thing is going to spew an inky jet, which sort of rockets forth, but this time in more of like a straight line, and you're able to sort of dodge it. It splashes into the water.
God, what's this thing's problem?
Yeah.
He doesn't understand. He gets the feeling of help it needs, but this is not like it's not letting us help either.
So just to be clear, the thing that is inquiring for help is directing you to this one behind you, and not this one. This one in front of you is being a lot less clear. So, Fergus, as you are kind of approaching, being frustrated about this thing, you are going to see this inky jet sort of stream past Baylog, who swiftly sidesteps it. Baylog and Maeve. Well, Baylog, I would say you sort of were pinged by this message to assist this other pale invader from the side over here when you suddenly looked back and saw this thing firing this jet at you. And then Maeve, you would have noticed this other one as well. Fergus, you do not quite notice this one in the corner. However, you do see this one fire another stream at Baylog.
Yeah, I don't see this one because this one just attacked Baylog again. So sorry, buddy. Yeah, Fergus is just gonna attack him with the trident this time.
The connection must be formed.
What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Yeah. Oh.
Okay. So it's sort of writhing about Baylog as you, as it's like stuck in this net. Oh wait a minute, it's in the net, so you have advantage on this, I believe.
Oh, right. Okay. Oh.
Okay. Pull restraint targets. Oh, that's cool. Okay. So this thing is very nearly dead. And Fergus, as As you stab this one, it is just repeating this message again and again. The connection must be formed.
What connection? He signs.
The long, sort of spindly fingers sort of tilt in your direction.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
All right. So, Fergus, are you just gonna like linger?
He's pointing up. He's saying like, "Don't you dare!" But
He's-
he's like trying to give it the benefit of the doubt.
It's like internal organs are like illuminating by these rainbow-colored lines throughout its body that are just repeating this message to you. The connection must be formed.
The connection must be formed. I don't know what that means.
All right, Balog and Fergus, can you each make me another deck save?
Yeah, me too.
As another jet spews towards the two of you. All right, that's sufficient. You both sidestep this one as well. Begins to dissipate after a while.
Right after they dodge, Fergus will just look at Balog, give him the nod, and hopefully Balog understands.
All right. Balog is going to swing his great axe.
All right, with 13 damage, how do you want to do this?
It's right down the middle.
All right, so you just cleave this thing in half, filling the blood with its black, filling the water with its black-blue blood.
Well, there's no water where I'm at.
Oh, true. Yeah, it just splashes about then. Well done. Question
Maeve's
mark.
gonna go over to Fergus and just kind of tease and be like, "Well, that was fun, wasn't it?"
Fun? Are you kidding me? This one wouldn't even talk to me, and he just kept attacking.
She's just kind of
I suppose.
pushing your buttons a little bit.
Yeah, he knows. Right, well, good. Now it's just the three of us. No one else here. We can continue going through.
Balog is going to turn towards Fergus and say, "We are even."
Oh, only because I let you, big guy. One.
While they're doing this, I'm detecting their thoughts, and no one can tell they're happy. I would like to use an additional action on detect thoughts to delve into Balog's mind. I want to find out why Balog did that.
Okay, so you said you can tell that none of them are happy. Is that what you said?
No, that they are happy. That they're
that-
joking with each other. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, sure. So you sense the camaraderie between them. You sense they're glad Balog just fucking killed this thing.
Yeah. And so,
okay.
and I
Balog,
want to delve into Balog's thoughts. Yeah.
can you make an intelligence save?
Oh, right. Intelligence. Need to change all this.
It's not gonna have a problem with
Okay.
that. Yeah. 10.
So no one, you are able to determine through Balog's understanding why they are glad this thing has died. They understand that it was trying to harm them, that it was delivering a confusing message, which was unclear, and they interpreted its attempts to connect with them as attacks, which they swiftly dodge.
Okay. Well, they're all ignoring me. So no one wants to try and connect with these three.
I think Maeve, you would know. So you haven't done anything yet, Maeve. So you would see this one sort of over here for sure. Or no one. This no one.
Oh, I didn't know I could, at that moment I could, like, actually see it. I thought, I was assuming that, or I think Maeve assumed the help was coming from the other one that was being tortured. Like, yeah, right, I'm not gonna help you.
Well,
So,
yes, this pale invader over here is the one that is, like, directing you for help, and it is actually also the one that has directed Baylog to help. But Baylog had another attack launched at him, which he had to dodge, and then killed this thing.
But yeah, all three of them are kind of lined up for me. I would like to try and connect with all three of them right now.
Okay. Alright, so you are going to connect with all three of them. Okay, so as this creature approaches you, this one is going to spray you all with a cone of this inky black liquid here. And as this occurs, all three of you find the world sort of melt away, and you are together in a strange and unfamiliar place. The sky... Actually, let me change up this music a little bit at this point.
They don't get a dex for mine?
Not for yours.
No.
Not
Okay.
this time. Okay, so here we are. Alright, so everybody finds themselves, the world sort of melts away as you're all hit by this inky black jet. And each of your bodies are sort of standing in this place, but there's this sort of silvery thread that hangs from each of your backs and sort of vanishes into the thin air behind you. These are your astral bodies, and no one has brought you to this place. So no one, what did you want to say with these three while you have them here with you?
I'm going to... We are dying. We are lost. We need help.
who are you?
No one.
Who are your people? Who are you talking about?
No one.
No one. As you attempt to recall in response to Maeve's question, her input, if you will, a few images flash into your mind. And the rest of you see this. As no one thinks of this, you also think of this. You see a large crystal, iridescent in color, hovering above ocean water. You see a creature singing somewhere in a dark place, its voice wretched and hard to listen to. And lastly, you see a quick flash in your mind of three eyes which sort of gaze upon you. And then you're back. So all of you realize that this is the extent of no one's knowledge. And as no one, you attempt to recollect these things, the wound in your waist throbs painfully. And this is the most you can essentially recall.
So, when Maeve asks these questions, is no one responding telepathically to everyone, or is it just Maeve, and is it only telepathically? Like, how is this communication happening exactly?
So as you speak aloud, there is a sound. As no one sort of thinks aloud, you all hear it telepathically.
Okay.
If you ask no one that question, we are connected.
Huh.
So Maeve and Baylog, the two of you know that this creature here had requested your assistance, but you don't yet know why. It does look very seriously wounded.
Is this place like technically an abyssal plane?
Make me an insight check, Baylog. Or a history check. Ooh, that's pretty good. Baylog, you've heard tales of such a place. This could potentially be a spirit realm of some sorts. But that would normally mean that all of you are dead. You are in some other plane of existence, however. You are able to determine that much. You're not quite able to tell which one you're on. However, you don't feel dead. So I'm trying to recall the last question that was asked or the last part of this exchange.
No one answered why we're all able to communicate.
Oh yes, because you're all
We're all
connected. Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to ask the creature, are we dead?
No. Some of us are dead.
Put us back in our bodies, now.
We came with you.
Who is we?
No one.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Is this also Fergus's reaction? Just kind of like throwing up your hands and being like, "Oh my god!"
This is like that
Right,
baseball
so
joke.
no one brought us to nowhere and we're not dead. Great, that answers all our questions. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ah, he throws his hands up.
So no one. You had pinged Baylog and Maeve. I keep saying pinged, but you'd essentially given them visions in which you were requesting aid, right?
Yeah.
What did you want their aid with specifically? You wanted.
No one wanted help not dying right now.
Oh, okay.
No one also wants help because we are lost.
Okay. So I would say that Fergus, Baylog, and Maeve, the three of you understand this.
So his name is No One, and he has brought us to this place.
Not dead.
You are not dead. This place is all of you being connected. And it is asking for help staying alive, and it is lost.
Hmm.
It is quite
gonna
clearly on the
ask-
verge of death. Sorry, go on.
I'm gonna ask no one, why should we help you when you attacked us?
Yeah.
We don't remember attacking.
I would like to roll
So
oh,
all of you, as Maeve recalls this, all of you can see in your mind's eye her memory from her perspective as she was set upon by No One and two others before Fergus emerged from the ground and dove back through, plunging his trident into No One's waist. However, No One, you do not have this memory. You experience it as Maeve recalls it, but this is not something you recollect yourself. And I would say that Fergus, Baylog, and Maeve, as no one as no one becomes aware that he does not have his memory, the three of you also become aware that he does not have this memory.
Oh.
And you have no explanation for how you guys are able to experience this.
But we now understand that it believes what it's saying.
Yep.
Yeah.
You experienced Maeve's memory, and you experienced its lack thereof.
Hmm.
We are not them.
who is them?
I want to try and think about the other Pale Invaders.
Okay, yeah. So as you think about, and I would say, when you guys had asked earlier who them would be, right? When one of you had asked essentially, and and no one had seen various memories, you had all seen those memories too. So you are all aware that he does not have it does not have a full understanding of what them is, but no one, as you sort of picture the Pale Invaders in your mind's eye, the rest of you see this quite clearly in yours as well. So no one is saying that we are not them being other Pale Invaders.
Fergus will turn to Maeve and say, well, you were always the one that had the good read on people. What do you think?
Don't know. I'm gonna ask it, why should we save you?
Because we are dying.
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
And how can we trust you?
Hmm. We
I
can
would,
help
s-
you.
I would say, given that you all effectively have detect thoughts on right now, that Maeve, if you wanted to make an insight check, you could do so at advantage.
Okay. I'll go ahead and do that.
Ooh.
Dang!
Okay.
Oh shit! Yeah, babe.
Okay, no one. What
That's nuts.
exactly are your intentions?
Um, my intentions are to get out of here. Um, I no one wants to know what's going on and what's happened to them, and you know, but would gladly help these people in exchange for their help.
Okay. So, Maeve, you understand all of this, and you also understand through your connection with no one that its memories are obscured. Although you don't have a great explanation for why that might be, and neither does no one.
I don't like it. Don't I don't trust it. We need some kind of leverage, something to hold it to make sure that it won't attack us or try to kill us while we sleep or something.
Do we have a bag of holding? I vaguely remember us getting one.
You do,
Just put them
yeah.
in there. Yeah, just put them in there.
You could. You could put them in
Little
there.
Pokeball.
Just get a bunch of salt water and just throw them in there with it.
Have y'all ever heard of Bagman? Because that is
What?
exactly how Bagman is created, and that's a terrible idea.
Oh God, no.
I've never heard of bag, man.
Oh fuck. Yep.
Well, what is
Bagman
bag?
is when someone gets lost in a bag of holding and then they like morph and contort into this horrific monster called Bagman that can crawl out at night and like steal things or eat you.
Fuck.
Ew.
I
I've
Yeah.
will
never.
say,
Is that
I,
DM
I,
flavoring of a past situation?
I would say you don't have to worry about that in this case.
Okay.
I don't know that y'all's characters know this, but generally things die pretty quickly in bags of holding.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
we just gotta
Um,
open it every once in a while.
Yeah.
just a breathing hold
Yeah,
every
it's
little
got
bit.
some breathing holes in it.
Okay, okay, okay. Um, so Maeve asked for leverage, and then what was no one's response?
Leverage.
We
Essentially,
just need I think we should have something to hold it to. Like, I don't know. I just
What
don't
hold
can
it
we
want
to its
do?
word of
to.
helping us.
What
Yeah.
leverage?
So she was basically like, how do we know you're not gonna like kill us in our sleep, basically?
Yeah.
Pretty much, or turn around and betray us at
I
any given point.
I would say with your insight check, and given like that you guys are all mentally connected right now, you can determine from its intentions that it does not intend to do so.
Hmm.
It's still a very uncomfortable and weird situation.
We would accept leverage. What leverage?
What do you have?
No one has nothing.
Naturally. Just kind of murmurs like, yeah, naturally. Okay. Uh,
No pockets on no one.
Yep, you're naked. A naked squid
So
man.
cute.
oh God.
He doesn't even have knowledge. I was gonna say we should ask him questions, but we just learned he doesn't have any memory.
Yeah.
Or it doesn't have any memory. Well,
If we chop off one of the tentacles, will it grow back?
It's only one way to find
That
out.
would
Yep.
kill no one right now, probably.
Yeah, that probably would kill
Oh,
no
that's
one
oh,
right
that's
now.
true. That's true. That's true. I don't know. Like I'm
Yeah,
gonna
so
hold on to your leg while we're doing.
that's leverage. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah, so keep in
Just
mind
do
this
a little
thing is
dismembering.
it's bleeding out. Its skin is very let me just give you all like a visual here. Its skin is very translucent. You can see there's like sort of a sporadic electric pulsing within its interior near the wound site from Fergus's trident, where these illuminations sort of light up its organs for you all to see through its skin. And it is sort of spilling out this black blue blood.
Baylog is going to take notice of this, and he's going to pull out his bark sphere, offer it to the creature.
I'll reach out for it.
So, you guys don't actually have your equipment right
Oh, okay.
um,
Well, then in that case, I will tell
now. You're
him,
just sort of there in person.
if you release us back to our bodies, I can possibly heal you to full health.
We must wait for a minute to pass.
How long is a minute in this place?
We don't know.
30 years.
30 years.
A millennia.
Yeah, yeah. So if nothing else happens, we can proceed. Would you all like to do that?
Wait, does no one need water to survive?
No
You
one.
need waters to survive.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you do not need water to survive. No one.
Some amount.
It
Well-
would be good for you, yeah. Some amount of water is certainly
Yeah.
good for you. Otherwise, it'll like dry up, right?
Yeah. Not any more than Maeve needs water.
But you can exist outside of the water. I thought that's what she was asking.
Can it move on land?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I turn
you can
to-
octopus yourself. No one.
Yeah.
Ew.
No one is not sure though. No one has not been on land.
I turn to Baylog and Fergus and I say, there was that shed we found. I mean, we could give it a bucket of water and keep it away from the ocean.
Put it in an ice chest.
Yeah.
Carry the ice chest with you.
I have colding.
I don't know.
We can fight.
You can fight?
Yes.
Okay, I think this kind of sparks Maeve's. This piques her interest a bit more.
So, out of curiosity, Fergus, Maeve, and Baylog, while you guys are all here in this place, no one can equally understand your intentions. Why are y'all down here in this, like, place that we're all in, that no one has essentially woken up in?
To
The
explore
city?
it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So no one, you sort of understand that they're here to explore this underwater city.
We would be an asset exploring.
What can you offer us?
My service. My strength. My mind.
Could you protect us against your other kind?
We will kill them. We can kill them for you.
So wait, this thing's willing to betray its own kind just like that? I'm just gonna
Yeah.
kill them all for you.
We are not them.
You were welcome to make an insight check at advantage if you like.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll an insight on
I'm gonna
that.
do it too.
Sus.
Haha!
Ooh, damn,
Whoa.
Maeve.
Dude, what?
Dude.
Alright,
Oh,
it's all you, Maeve.
Well, so I will say this, Balog, even though you yourself are unable to intuit this, Maeve, you are able to intuit that no one's intentions are that it is impartial to killing capital T them. And as Maeve comes to this realization, Fergus, Balog, and no one, the rest of you, gain an awareness of this as well. You hear her deduction in the chorus of your mind.
Fergus will walk over to Maeve and lean down and quietly mutter, well, shit. Yeah, just to Maeve. It is pretty cool how we kind of all know the same thing at the exact same time instantly. Like, that does save a lot of time.
We
But
agree.
don't tell him that. No, nope, don't tell him that. No, you don't hear this. It's just a Maeve.
No, so Fergus, make me an intelligence check as you're attempting, and Maeve,
Shit.
as you're hearing this, make me an intelligence check. I guess both of you.
Oh, shit. I don't have that. Okay.
Intelligence?
Mm-hmm. You are attempting to hide your thoughts.
Well, oh shit, 'cause we're in this place. That's gonna be hilarious if if he just doesn't realize that.
You know, it'd be pretty messed up if I drank my forgetfulness potion right now.
Oh, shit.
We
Oh
all
my
just forgot this whole
God.
thing.
10.
That's hilarious. Okay, Maeve.
Let me see. Okay. No mods for me. What the
Holy
hell?
crap.
Yes,
Okay.
Maeve, yes!
So, Maeve, you are
That's hacking.
sharp. You are on it, Maeve. You realize as
Ah.
Fergus is leaning down to whisper that you need to be careful, not to focus too much on the words he's saying, given what you are currently experiencing. But Fergus, as you whisper, there is a sound, but no one returns in kind. Because no one is able to hear your thoughts as you are thinking them and whispering them to Maeve.
Completely unaware of this. He is just saying, but don't tell him that, because I don't want him to know that.
Don't want him to know. I think he's cool.
I think you responded.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. So Fergus so Fergus he did respond to you and say hey, I agree.
Oh. All right, we can hear each other's thoughts. Yeah, we just went over this. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And he just stops talking.
Okay, I think the astral projection can end.
All right, yeah. So as this sort of comes to an end, you all awaken back in the collapsed temple, and all of you are on the floor. You are all passed out on the floor.
Do we know what happened? Or are we a little disoriented, or do we know where we were just now?
Yep. Well, you kind of come to. You have all your memories, but you are no longer experiencing each other's thoughts. Wait, did I move you guys off? I did. Okay, perfect. And you are now together with this no one creature.
I'm going to project to Maeve, and you were just seeing flashing colors, and again, you can tell that I am asking for help in some way.
And Maeve, you would kind of partially interpret this. Fergus, you can completely understand no one's signings.
As agreement, I pull out my medicine ball now and offer it to no one.
Alright? No one takes it.
No one, I guess you take a smudge of this and you place it, I guess, in your mouth, which, if I'm understanding my anatomy correctly.
Oh God.
Well, you know what I mean. All right, so no one.
Oh,
takes
like where
it.
the octopus beak is, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like anatomy. Okay.
Yeah, so no one takes it and administers it. And no one, you are going to be fully regenerated.
You just kind of turn around and just give him a little privacy.
Oh my god, I just got it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Thinking nothing of it, no one administers medication. So yes, you are now fully regenerated. No one. This is going to do two things. It is going to cure your wound, but you are going to remain disconnected. Where's my music at? Oh yeah, I'll just use this for now. Okay, so Maeve, Baylog, Fergus, and no one. You have all sort of gathered yourself. You've had a weird introduction in which you met with the strange creature. No one formed a deal with it. It requires your help staying alive, and has offered to help you in combating the others, the capital T them. It seems to have no memories. Its intentions, you were able to discern, were actually pretty clear. No one, you are completely disconnected, and you are essentially a freshly born, isolated entity in a matured body. You intuitively know how to use your body, but you don't know how you know what you do know.
Oh my god.
This is day one of existence. It is extremely disorienting, and the only thing you have ever known is this one room. So, with that in mind, Maeve, Baylog, Fergus, the lot of you are able to continue your explorations if you wish. Something that I had shown us before was that there is this cliffside city, deep underwater. And this time I want y'all to kind of get a look here. And so you're probably going to want to zoom out to see everything here, but we're going to be working on this map at basically max zoom. But as you sort of swim, well, first off, I'm getting ahead of myself because you guys have seen things David hasn't. So, no one, as you guys are progressing through this collapsed temple, let me move y'all back off of this real quick. You sort of proceed through here, and there are these like beautiful corridors. This place is clearly of great significance, though y'all aren't entirely certain what this building is quite yet. No one, you're sort of accompanying them through this place. And once again, you sort of make it to this room here, which opens up into this vast area, and this pearl, which is sort of brilliantly gleaming and affixed in this machine. Which, just so you know what that looks like this. It is this thing. It is cackling vibrantly with arcane power and sort of brilliantly gleaming, and it's just sort of hovering in place over this machine. And this is something that you all sort of pass as you make your way out into this room, because this room here is what actually opens up to the rest of the city. So from here, you're actually able to just swim out, and that is what ultimately puts you guys in a view of this place. Does that make a little more sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what you're all able to see as you sort of swim out into the city is much of this city has sort of been frozen in time. And forgive me, I wish I had a little more art for this session, but as you sort of look over what you can see, you are able to see that a lot of these civilians are sort of captured as they're going about their business. They all seem to be just sort of frozen, doing whatever they were doing before. Throughout the city, much of which has been damaged quite severely, there are multiple of these large scars like this, which seem to have just sort of like torn through the city. And these multiple, like, basically scars of devastation which sort of run through, sort of rake the city vertically. So, everybody is sort of emerging from this building back here. And what I would recommend doing is, if you hold control and you like scroll up on a mouse wheel, it'll zoom in, and we're trying to go all the way to 250. Or hold Alt rather. That's probably the safer thing to do. Control.
Where am I zooming into?
So that's gonna put you guys here.
Over there. Oh, I see us. Okay.
Oh.
You are quite small.
I
This is a
see.
big
I
map.
see.
So, based on what you've seen at that machine, that device seems to be powering a lot of this city. You guys were able to identify in a previous session that the energy given off by this pearl was sort of running through this machine to the rest. So I'm going to identify this area here as the power center. Can everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And y'all are free to have at it.
There's a lot to look at here.
So yeah, feel free to just ping an area and I can tell you a bit about it.
Fergus will stick close to Maeve with a tight grip on his trident while no one is about. But also, I guess he's looking for more of that crab guy. Any information about that crab guy as we wander around and explore.
Make me an investigation check. Okay, you are able to find very quickly lots of depictions of this six-armed crab. And there are various ways in which it is shown. Sometimes it's like a six-armed mer person adorned in like crab-like attire, right? Sometimes it is the like shape of a natural crab, but always it is depicted with six arms. You see this repeated all over the place. It's in the architecture. It is on like trinkets, which are petrified onto people's statues. It is. There are coral formations which form like statues, and it is quite clearly depicted there as well, even though many of these statues have fallen into ruin.
Okay.
Fergus, do you speak Aquan?
Let me see. Not officially.
Not
No.
officially?
Just meaning that's not in my languages.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah. Like all my languages I know are technically official.
Okay, well, I'll say this, because something you have mentioned over the past few sessions is that you're constantly looking at like this architecture, you're looking for writing. You are able to find, just as the group of you sort of move through town, that there is a lot of just art in general, such as pots, that are depicting different things. Many of them are grown from coral, but you are able to see things that are quite exquisite. Even as you are stepping out just into this first area here, there's a significant amount of ruin, but you are also able to find piles and piles of things untouched by time. So let me ask you guys, is there any particular part of town that you would like to explore first? Because there's a lot of buildings in this place. Does anything catch your eye?
I'm thinking.
You'll notice that a lot of these structures are sort of built in such a way that you can vertically swim into them, as well as exit out through the bottom of them. So these are almost sort of porous.
Balog is
know
just
we're-
gonna
Go
make
ahead,
his way
Balog.
towards the big building.
So you're curious in the big building, and
Yeah.
what were you saying, Fergus?
I was just gonna say I know where he would want to go, but I want to know what the others are gonna do. So he's gonna follow Baylog for now.
No one has no opinions about anything in this list.
All right, Maeve, any thoughts?
Just kind of random, I guess, but these little pools of water underwater, is there anything different about them?
So rather than these being pools of water, this is like seabed or like sand, which has kind of settled upon this, right?
Okay.
So there are like clear stone paths. There's very clearly shaped architecture, but there does appear to be a great amount of ruin, and that's what this blue stuff is think of that as like sandy seabed. So Baylog, you said you were interested in this large central building?
Yeah, that's where I'm going.
Okay.
While I'm going there, actually, I'm gonna stop in this building here. And is there any like driftwood or anything nearby?
So roll me an investigation check. You're not gonna find wood per se, but what sort of material are you looking for? Oh, nice. There you go.
Ignitable material.
Ignitable material.
Underwater.
Oh, it might. Oh, wait, never mind. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, everything is gonna be wet.
Yeah, plus I'm in an air bubble and starting a fire, and it would probably not be a good idea.
Yeah, the air bubble won't like immediately dehydrate things. So everything around here is gonna be saturated.
Well, let me see. I'm trying to heal with. I mean, I could also take a short rest, but I don't know. It's up to the rest of the party.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we.
Okay, so as Baylog sort of steps into this covered area here, the space, the water around him sort of being pushed away, he sort of rests against some terrain, and the party is able to take a quick short rest. So, is everybody ready? Okay. So, as you all sort of wrap up your break and you make your way over here, on your way to this much larger central structure, the group of you are all going to pass what appears to be an open forum. Looking inside, you will see many of these merfolk engaged in discussion. Ignore this fucking swimming dude over here, because they are totally petrified. So that ain't happening. But outside of that, it's kind of the gist, is these merfolk were all sort of going about their business. They seem to be having a discussion here, where they are debating something, but it is unclear what precisely they may have been talking about.
Can we see expressions on their faces? Like if they're angry or like anything?
Yeah, go right ahead. So go ahead and make me an insight check. So you can tell this was very likely. Actually, let's see that insight. Oh my goodness gracious! Is that 20 investigation? That was for the wood earlier, right? Bayla?
Yeah, that was.
Where's that for right now? $248. Yeah, no, I think that was from earlier. All right, how's everybody rolling? Okay, doing okay.
Can you put my icon on the screen so I can roll?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Here you go. You can also roll out of your character sheet. But I'll go ahead and just sort of... We'll
Trying to
have
figure that out
Fergus cover up this swimming dude here.
Sure.
There it is.
There we go. And then Balog, I guess you'd be on the ground down here. Alright. And no one. We'll throw you in here as well. Okay. Alright, so... No one. You don't know what's going on in this place, but based on these statues here, they were very clearly having a discussion about something. What exactly were we investigating for here? Remind me?
Their
Facial
expressions.
expression.
Facial expressions, that's right. No one. You are not able to discern what these facial expressions mean. However, Fergus, you are able to see no one sort of peering quizzically at these statues and looking at the statues. You're able to see that the one that no one is peering at actually seems quite calm, though passionate, right? They were clearly discussing something. It does not look alarmed to you, Fergus. Yeah, it was just sort of doing whatever it was doing. It appears to be talking to someone who's positioned across the forum from them.
Hmm.
Okay. So, what you're able to determine based on these faces is everybody appears calm.
Okay.
They not, or at least they're, engaging in debate, right? They just don't seem alarmed. So, based on this, well, I'll just leave it at that. Everybody doesn't seem alarmed. This place is very clearly the once beating heart of public discourse. You can tell this was a very large social gathering. There are a lot of figures here. And you can see on the walls there are many more of these mosaics that you guys had encountered before. Sort of featured as a centerpiece at the top of everything is once again a large depiction of this six-armed crab figure.
This god they were worshiping got tired of their shit.
Okay. Anything else y'all want to do while you are in this place, this forum here? Is there anything in particular you'd like to look at?
Are there any symbols on any of the bodies that would indicate a level of hierarchy? In the same way, like soldiers have those like medals and medallions and whatnot.
Yes, very astute. There is. So as you're looking about Fergus, you are able to find, sort of on the ground, and therefore not captured in stone, what appears to be a spare pin. And this is a pin that was evidently placed on the cloth that you see many of these petrified statues wearing. and the people who are speaking are all wearing this pin. It's like a brooch.
I take it.
Okay. Looking closely at it, Fergus, there is something written across it, and it does look quite regal. But it's in a language you do not know.
He's gonna take it over to no one and say, "Do you recognize this language?" Bring it over.
No one, you peer
Point
at
at
it
it.
with your weak eyes, and the sort of blurry image comes into focus. Roll me an insight check, no one.
Okay. Let's see.
Oh my god! This session, y'all.
Oh my gosh,
That one is
y'all.
galore.
Okay, Cosmos. Fucking no one. Alright. Let me think about this. No one. There's something deeply familiar about this. You, as Fergus sort of shows this to you, there is a flash in your mind of familiarity. And your wound, although it's no longer a wound, right? It's fully healed. There's something there, right? A dull ache, right? That isn't really pain, a response of some kind. And no one, there's something vaguely familiar about this, but you can't put your finger on what it is. You don't know this language.
No one communicates that we can't read it, but we recognize it. But not from where.
So you don't know the language, but you recognize it.
That is correct.
Useful. And he turns around and swims away.
That is an amazing amount of information from someone who just woke up today.
I know.
Yeah. You're doing great, no one.
You are, but he's definitely going to be giving you a hard time because you said that you could be useful, and the first thing he asks you is very unhelpful. This will be fun.
Okay. So yeah, no one, you were not fully able to recall this, however you know you've seen it somewhere before.
Do any of these statues have any similarities to Ashta and like what they're wearing or?
Ooh, make
Anything?
me an investigation check as you look around.
What the hell?
Okay, so I will say none of these statues resemble Ashta that you're able to see. That's a great question, though.
Are
What about
all
the
of these
necklace?
statues mermaids?
Yes, all of these statues are mermaids.
Okay.
Is the necklace doing anything right now? Reacting to being here?
No, your necklace is not. It sort of rests at your neck.
Okay.
Okay.
Huh. Oh, here's a question. Does it look like everyone is speaking with their mouth, or do I recognize any hand signs as well?
Ooh, that is a good question. Let me think about this for a second.
I want to search the sand for anything buried just underneath it.
Let me think about this. I guess... Balog, roll me an investigation check as you're looking about the floor of this place. Okay, okay. Fergus. I'm sorry, Fergus, your question one more time. I got jarred by what I was thinking about for Balog.
No problem. Does it look like everyone is speaking verbally, or can Fergus recognize some hand signs like mid-motion?
Right, okay. Let me think about this. I guess there would be some hand signs mid-motion. And there are hand signs that you recognize, but they also do appear to be speaking verbally.
Okay, cool.
And there appears to be a combination.
That's exactly what I wanted to know. Perfect.
Okay. Let me think about this. I'm gonna have to revisit that, but I'm pretty sure that's fine. Okay. Balog. As you're sort of peering around while everyone's kind of inspecting these statues, trying to draw insight from them, you see that sort of centered above, there is this kind of ceremonial, I don't want to say altar, but like essentially a pedestal sort of overlooking everything. And upon it rests a small box. And in that box rests a ring stamped with a 6-armed crab. Not stamped, but inlaid, rather. The ring itself is quite extravagant and is lined with small, precious stones and corals. It is quite brilliant to look at and multicolored.
Can I put the ring on?
Sure.
All right. I'm gonna
You
jam it on my giant finger.
Giant fucking... It fits your giant fucking finger. As it does so, you feel something in response. A sort of tension in the space around you. But nothing occurs. You just become aware of a vague, staticky feeling in the air. And Maeve and Fergus and no one, you guys will all kind of notice Balog off, kind of by himself looking at something. But if there's nothing else you guys would like to do here, we can certainly move on.
Yeah, nothing at the moment.
Yeah, nothing else here I'd want to look at.
Okay, that's fine. So, back in the city, you guys were all sort of making your way past this forum, and you are going to continue this way, sort of to this upper area here. Now, from this high up in the city, you are actually able to get a pretty good look of everything out around here, right? Including this huge scar of ruin that rakes the city. Now, looking at this particular building, this building was very clearly of great significance. And stepping inside, I'll have a little bit more for you guys to look at next session. But what you can see is that it is deeply ceremonial, and a huge majority of the building appears to have been just completely scraped away. It is just completely gone. So while we might be looking at like half of the building here, the other half is just gone and carried off in this rubble. Make me an insight check, Maeve, Fergus, and Baylog only.
Come on, mate.
Wait, I'm making one too?
Uh-huh. Okay, Baylog. Okay, so as you guys are sort of standing in the entrance of this building, the other half of it sort of shaved away, one of the things you're able to determine just looking out of the backside, right, is that the backside of it doesn't appear to be like smeared in this rubble per se. It is just completely gone. Now, Maeve, looking at a lot of the architecture on the walls, it looks very, very familiar to you. There are more of these mosaics on the wall grown from various coral, and there are a great number of these six-armed statues. And Maeve, you recognize that the other part of this building is at the base of Finnegan's Bucket. And based on what you recall from Ashta's song, which showed you the founding of the city, this building rather, and the room that you found Ashta in would have been one and the same.
And that room was the one that we saw in the flashback of them singing out to the ocean?
As this thought occurs to you, Maeve, you sort of take a few steps outside, and looking about the city, your eyes rest on a small and clearly important building featured at the base of this temple.
Right, I would like to go there.
Okay, Maeve. So you are going to sort of just swim down here? Whoa.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So, coming to a realization, Maeve suddenly and abruptly swims off this ledge over down to this area at the base of the temple.
Fergus will follow.
Okay. Baylog. It will not be easy for you to do this. So you're kind of stuck there while everybody else swims off because they're not worried about verticality. But Maeve, Fergus, and no one, as you reach this little area here, you are going to find a spiral staircase which descends lower and lower beneath the seabed.
We must go deeper. Nothing bad will happen.
Is that what y'all want to do?
Yeah. Yeah. Well. So where? So up there was where the mermaids were singing out, right?
No, actually,
It was
it
this one.
it was somewhere below the temple. It was this temple, but it was somewhere down there that would have been near the edge of the cliffs, kind of near where their stairway would be. So like there are additional levels to like this and this that go downward and out towards the cliff. But you would recognize that this building here was the building in which that occurred. However, swimming down to here and finding that, I shouldn't say stairway really, but rather there's like a corridor, right? Because they're not really climbing downstairs, they're like swimming.
Okay, yeah, let's go further in.
Okay.
All right.
Alright, now, if you guys are wanting to proceed that way, this would be a good place to call it.
Uh-oh.
Alrighty.
Okay.
Stairway
So,
to the death.
as we draw to this session to a close, you will all be descending below the city, I guess, into the darkness of the abyss below.
Dark abyss.